Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fall Convocation 2019. We acknowledge the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis on which we have gathered for this event. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. Please stand as you are able for the honor song and the procession of our graduands and the Chancellor's platform party. to our drum group, Buffalo Boy Productions, for performing today's honors song. We are fortunate today to have the Honourable Russ Morasti, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, with us for Convocation. His Honour will be entering shortly, and when he reaches his seat, you will hear the Vice-Regal Salute, which is a combination of extracts from God Save the Queen and O Canada. It's not appropriate to sing during the Vice-Regal Salute, but following the salute, I would ask you to remain standing and join our vocalist, Angela Urichanine, in the singing of O Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honourable Russ Morasti, Lieutenant Governor of the Province of Saskatchewan. Please be seated. Once again, graduates and distinguished guests, welcome. My name is Beth Bilson. I'm the University Secretary, and I now have the honor of introducing you to the members of the platform party that you see before you. So beginning with the front row on my left and your right, Russ Eisinger, University Registrar, Patty McDougall, Vice Provost, Teaching, Learning, and Student Experience, Deborah Posega-Osborne, Vice President, University Relations, Jacqueline Ottman, Vice Provost, Indigenous Engagement, Roland Duquette, Elder, Merlis Belcher, Alumni, Jim Bassinger, Vice Provost, Faculty Relations, presenting the Earned Doctor of Science, Tony Vanelli, Provost and Vice President Academic, Graham George, recipient of the Earned Doctor of Science, President Peter Stoichev, Chancellor Grit McCreath, the Honourable Russ Morasti, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, Jeff Mooney, this afternoon's recipient of an Honorary Doctor of Laws, Karen Chad, Vice President Research, presenting the Distinguished Researcher Award. Nazim Muhajirin, recipient of the Distinguished Researcher Award. Murray Fulton, Director, Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy. Helen Balch, Associate Professor, School of Environment and Sustainability. Keith Willoughby, Dean, Edward School of Business. Peter Bonham-Smith, Dean, College of Arts and Science. Trevor Crow, Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. And in the second row, our orators, Ken Howland, Kathleen James Cavan, Lynn Bertucci. From the University Senate, Richard Cote, Victoria Neufeld. From the Board of Governors, Joy Crawford, Grant Devine. Mary Beasley, President of the University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Mary Mendoza, President of the Graduate Students Association. Regan Ratmispanis, President, University of Saskatchewan Students' Union. Carl Still, President, St. Thomas More College. Tammy March, Associate Dean, St. Thomas More College. Arul Kumaran, Dean, St. Thomas More College. Ingrid Pickering, Canada Research Chair, Department of Geological Sciences. Noreen Mahoney, Associate Dean, Edward School of Business. Chelsea Wilness, Associate Dean, Edward School of Business. Lauren Elias, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Science. Dirk de Boer, Vice Dean, Indigenous, College of Arts and Science. Valerie Koronek, Vice Dean, Faculty Relations, College of Arts and Science. Jack Gray, Vice Dean, Research, Scholarly and Artistic Work, College of Arts and Science. Gordon Debreze, Vice Dean, Academic, College of Arts and Science. That's it. Martha Smith, Associate Dean, College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. And behind them, and I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administrators, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting, teaching, and encouraging our graduates.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see so many people here. Eminent Chancellor, graduates and families, honored guests, I thank all of you for being here today to share such an important moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. And in particular, I want to acknowledge His Honor, the Honorable Russ Marasti, Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, who is here for this morning's convocation as well. Elder Roland Duquette, who was also introduced to you, who has been here for dozens of convocation ceremonies in support of Indigenous students and communities, and who's a wonderful elder with us at the University of Saskatchewan. The Buffalo Boys Drum Group, whom you just heard, who was singing the honors song in acknowledgement of all of the students who will cross the stage today and graduate. And our honorary degree recipient, Jeff Mooney, about whom you will hear more in a moment, and the many Senate and Board of Governors members who are here with us on stage today. I also acknowledge the many faculty who are on the stage, who are the core of the university. They have been the leaders and the mentors for so many of you who will graduate this afternoon. I want to congratulate, on behalf of all of us, Grit McCreath on becoming our 16th Chancellor at this morning's ceremony. This role is a really significant one, and it has been held by nation builders. If I go back only halfway into the university's history, it takes us to our chancellor who served from 1969 to 79, John Diefenbaker, and after him, Chancellor Emmett Hall. Diefenbaker had, of course, been Prime Minister. Emmett Hall, his classmate here in law, had been one of 4 Supreme Court justices to graduate from our College of Law. Among many other things he was known for, Emmett Hall led the Royal Commission on Healthcare that nationalized Saskatchewan's Medicare model. Chancellor Hall was succeeded by Sylvia Fedoruk, an athlete, scientist, and Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan. After her, Ted Turner, president of the Saskatchewan Wheat Pool for almost 2 decades, Peggy McKercher, who chaired the Meewasin Valley Authority in its formative years, and Wanuskewin Heritage Park as well, Tom Malloy after her, who became the Providence Lieutenant Governor, and due to his leadership in the development of Nunavut, has been called the last father of Confederation. Vera Pezer after him, inducted into both the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame and the Canadian Curling Hall of Fame. And following her, Blaine Favel, our first Indigenous Chancellor and Chief of the FSIN. After him, Roy Romano, Premier of the province for 10 years and author of Canada's second Royal Commission on Healthcare. Grit McCreath, succeeding all of them, will make her mark as well, supporting the importance of education, strengthening our alumni connections, and bringing her irrepressible energy and enthusiasm to the role. We're here today to celebrate a milestone in the lives of all of you, the graduates who will soon cross this stage. We're also here because this university has brought us together, and a university is a wonderful thing, crucial to the ongoing conversation we call democracy. We're so fortunate to be in Canada and to have the freedoms that we have. Given the world we're in now, where it's difficult to separate out what's true and what's not true, where our future depends on knowledge and on the correct use of it, where research holds the key to our greatest challenges, where not only free speech, but informed speech are critical to our humanity. Universities are needed more than they have ever been, and the University of Saskatchewan is needed more than it has ever been. What all of you crossing this stage today, strengthened with a University of Saskatchewan degree, will go on to do with your lives will matter immensely to our collective future. It's a great privilege to have a university education, and with that privilege comes great responsibility. If people like you don't make the world a better place, who's going to do it? We all need you to be thoughtful, educated, and humane leaders, because our world now depends on it. Some of this country's most formative political leaders got their degrees here. Not only a prime minister, but 9 Canadian premiers graduated from here. Many lieutenant governors of Saskatchewan and of other provinces as well. Many influencers of Canadian public policy, many Canadian ambassadors to countries all over the world. We all need you to become groundbreaking researchers who change how we understand our world. Many who have gone on to do that have graduated from here, and people who wanted to do that have come here from elsewhere in the world because we provided a safe place to do it. One was Nobel recipient Gerhard Hertzberg, who was offered a position here in 1935 by our first president, Walter Murray, so that he could escape Nazi Germany when no other university on the continent had the humanity or the vision to offer him a position. Hertzberg won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1971 for the work that he did while a professor here, as did Henry Tobey, a graduate student here in chemistry in the College of Arts and Science. We all need you to help find cures for the world's many health challenges. People at this university have done that. We're home to the cobalt-60 radiation therapy that revolutionized cancer treatment in 1951 and saved the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. Chancellor Sylvia Fedorik worked on it. Many thousands of patients were treated here over the next 20 years until it was replaced with newer technology in 1971. Significant health sciences research continues at the University of Saskatchewan, building on that world-famous history. We all need you to become leaders in business, and the University of Saskatchewan has graduated many. They've contributed to the province's and the country's prosperity and have given back to ensure equity and quality of life for all Canadians. We all need you to become great writers, and writers such as Sharon Butala, who wrote Perfection of the Morning, and three-time Governor General's Award winner Guy Vanderhaeg were students here. Great artists, great musicians, great actors, and directors as well. Your role in making the world a better place is not only crucial, it's imperative. We all need you to become great athletes and coaches, and graduates of this university have been among them. Olympian Sandra Schmerler, multi-sport athletes Pat Lawson and Vera Pezer, NHL coaches like Mike Babcock and Dave King were at the University of Saskatchewan. In fact, 4 of the NHL's head coaches were students here with Huskies hockey, and that history of excellence is why we were able to build Merlis Belcher Place. And I want to take the opportunity, since he is on the stage today, to thank Merlis Belcher for the transformative gift that allowed this building to be built and all of us to be here today. We all need every one of you. We all need every one of you to help ensure peace. There are many roads to that great goal. Just over 100 years after the end of the First World War, and 2 days after Remembrance Day, we're reminded of the 345 U of S students, faculty, and staff who enlisted in it. 69 sacrificed themselves in the line of duty, and they're commemorated on the university's memorial gates on College Drive. More than 100 more were wounded, and 35 were awarded the Medal of Valor. These are examples of what I mean when I say that you are why we are the university the world needs. Now in our 2nd century, enjoying a time of peace here, secured by those who went before us, and by the accomplishments of our alumni and faculty, we are seen as a research leader in the country, with Canada's only synchrotron, where we've pioneered how to produce medical isotopes without using a nuclear reactor, crucial in the absence of Chalk River that shut down just about 2 years ago, and with our cyclotron that is now producing medical isotopes for RUH, a fitting homage to that cobalt-60 work that was done here over half a century ago. We all need you to continue the work being done here on how to provide food to the world's rapidly growing population. In order to meet the world's food needs, agricultural productivity will need to almost double. Our Global Institute for Food Security is helping to do just that, enabled by great work done at this university over decades, including by our Crop Development Center that helped reduce the amount of farmland under summer fallow from almost 50% in 1970 to a fraction of 1% today. The economic impact for the province in this University of Saskatchewan area alone is in the neighborhood of $40 billion. We've added to that economic impact in many ways, including by developing the varieties of crops that make this province and make this country the export powerhouses that they are. So the University of Saskatchewan degree that you worked hard to receive today has tremendous value. Many employers tell me that when they see an application from a University of Saskatchewan graduate, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high, because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots, and because you're problem solvers. We all need you to solve problems we can't even imagine today. Saskatchewan's future will depend on it. The world's future is going to depend on it. This underscores the critical importance of investing in higher education and the fact that we are a crucial part of the province's future success. The University of Saskatchewan is a leader in helping this province stay ahead of the innovation curve. We are one of Canada's top research universities with one of the highest economic impacts per capita on our region in the whole country. Without our kind of research and teaching, there is no innovation, and without innovation, we have an ever-diminishing future. So now, more than ever, we all need people with degrees like yours from a university like yours to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity and togetherness simultaneously. And I'm proud that we now have students from over 130 countries attending this university, and many of those countries are represented by graduates here this afternoon. The world also needs us to be a university that responds to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and I am grateful that this university is seen in the country as a participant, not a bystander, in building reconciliation. This year, we have more Indigenous students at our university than ever before in our history. We're at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural challenge and opportunity of its history. Being the university the world needs today means committing to reconciliation, not to supplant traditional Western understanding, but to enrich it, to acknowledge thousands of years of deep learning that occurred here long prior to it, and to give all students a more informed and ultimately more compassionate understanding of the world, knowing that the measure of a civilization is its compassion, not its ability to consume. Achieving this will take a strategic mixture of patience and impatience, and it will take time. But as our first president, Walter Murray, wrote to a friend in 1908 when he was traveling here to begin his work, we are building for centuries. The University of Saskatchewan is a radical experiment in human culture, a place where we learn to be humble servants of a democratic society and respectful critics of it. Like all experiments, none of you know exactly where the degree you're about to receive will take you. That's okay. Take the journey, take the risks, find the passion, make a positive difference to a world that needs you now. It's a great privilege to have a university education, and with that privilege comes great responsibility. If people like you don't make the world a better place, who is going to do it? But all of us here know that you will do it. So thank you in advance for taking up this tremendous and timely challenge, and I congratulate you on this milestone in your lives. Thank you very much. And now, I have the great honor today to introduce a distinguished alumnus and a visionary businessman, a passionate supporter of charity and community, as we celebrate the achievements of Mr. Jeff Mooney and award him the Honorary Doctor of Laws. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you Jeff Mooney. First, a little about the honorary degree. It's the highest honor that the university can bestow. The Honorary Doctor of Laws is awarded to an individual for outstanding scholarly achievement or for exceptional service to the university or to the community. Mr. Mooney has been a long-standing successful pillar of the business community in Canada, while also serving his community as a leader in philanthropy. His remarkable record of success in business has been matched by his determination and dedication to give back as a volunteer and as a generous supporter of many social causes. Mr. Mooney is a graduate of the University of Saskatchewan's College of Arts and Science, where he received a degree in philosophy, as well as the Harvard Graduate School of Business. He first joined A&W Food Services 46 years ago and helped turn the company into one of the country's most successful restaurant chains, serving 14 years as its president and chief executive officer. His business acumen helped A&W grow to 980 restaurants from coast to coast, while also being named one of the country's best managed companies for 14 years in a row. His contributions to the community are just as impressive, working to support the Rick Hansen Foundation, Covenant House Vancouver, the Boys and Girls Club, and the YWCA Futures Bursary Program. Mr. Mooney and his wife Suzanne Bolton, who is here today, sponsor scholarships at universities across North America, and Mr. Mooney also served 6 years on the Board of Governors of the memorable 2010 Winter Olympic Games in Vancouver. He has earned a long list of awards and accolades for his corporate and community contributions, and among those distinctions was being named a member of the Order of Canada just recently, one of the country's highest civilian honors, recognizing Canadians for outstanding achievement, dedication to the community, and service to the nation. He was also a recipient of the Queen Elizabeth II Golden Jubilee Medal in 2002 and was inducted into the Business Laureates of BC Hall of Fame in 2015, and was one of the first 100 individuals to be honored with the University of Saskatchewan College of Arts and Science Alumni of Influence Award in 2009. Today, the university is honored to pay tribute to Mr. Mooney and to thank him for his generous support for students and social causes and for his ongoing service to society. Eminent Chancellor, I present Jeff Mooney and ask that you confer on him the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the Senate of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Wonderful, thank you. Do we get a picture now?
I think so, yeah.
There we are. I'll let you hold that if you don't mind. Your Honor, Chancellor McCreath and President Stoichev, thank you very much. I'm deeply touched and humbled by the honor. Thank you. It's great to be back in Saskatoon and Saskatchewan. So many wonderful people here. I have been involved in professional baseball for 12 years now. A friend and I bought the Vancouver Canadians professional team, which is an affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays, and then later bought another team in California that's an affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. And I would like to use a quote from a famous baseball player in a way to express my gratitude. And that famous baseball player is Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra was a Hall of Fame catcher with the New York Yankees, but as great a baseball player as he was well known for mangling the English language into very memorable quotes, so much so that there's actually a full book of his quotations. I'll share a couple of them with you to give you some context. The first one occurred when he was in the locker room and he overheard a player say that he wasn't going to someone's funeral, to which Yogi replied, "Oh, I always go to other people's funerals or they won't come to yours." The second quote I'll share with you occurred when he was talking with his young adult granddaughter, whom he was very close to, and he noticed she had a sadness in her voice on the phone, and he said, "Is something wrong?" And she said, "Well, yes, Gramps, my boyfriend's now dating a swimsuit model." And in an effort to make her feel better, he replied, "Well, you have swimsuits, don't you?" The quote I want to borrow from Yogi on this occasion came from when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it is, "I want to thank you for making this day necessary." So thank you for making this day necessary. I believe that gratitude is one of the greatest human characteristics and virtues for a number of reasons, some of which I'll come back to later. One of them being that it keeps humility in our lives. It helps us remember all those people who have influenced the arc of our life in a positive way. For now, I want to say thank you on behalf of all of us here, I guess I could say all of us here in robes, to our parents for their love and support. I hope many of the parents are here, for their love and support and for the sacrifices they made so that we could do what we've done. I also want to thank the professors and teachers, the faculty who are here, who have so diligently shared their knowledge and their experience with all of us. And finally, I want to thank those who came before, who built this great institution that we all have had the privilege of attending, and those in particular who are here today continuing the story of excellence that is the University of Saskatchewan. Thank you so much. Someone once said that the greatest classroom in the world is at the feet of an elderly person. Well, I don't know how good a classroom this will be today, but I can assure you, you were at the feet of an elderly person. So I'm just going to share a couple of stories about several principles, two principles that I think are key to leading a full life and that I've learned over my 75 years. The first principle has to do with choosing a vocation, and I call it find your passion. When I first began to enjoy some success in business, I would get calls from friends from time to time who would ask if I would speak to their young adult child who, according to them at least, wasn't as clear about their future as they ought to be. I'm sure you've had some of those discussions with your parents. And when I would meet with the young person, my message was always the same. Find your passion. Find what you love to do. Never mind what your parents want you to do or other people think you should do. Find what you love to do. It's a search, but don't give up. Pursue it relentlessly. And the reason is because when we're doing what we love to do, it releases all our creativity. When I first graduated from the University of Saskatchewan, I needed a job to pay the rent. And I could get a job at that time in business as a management trainee. So I took it. I didn't really want to be in business, but as I said, I needed to pay the rent. And in that first year, I was applied for and approved for 11 different career options, ranging from going back to university to go to law school, to becoming a teacher, to actually being certified as a social worker in the province of Saskatchewan, 11 different careers. But by the end of that first year, thanks to some wonderful mentors, I had fallen in love with business. So find your passion. Listen to what Steve Jobs, you I'm sure have heard of, he co-founded Apple. He then was very unusually, I would say, fired by his board of directors, and then later came back to the company to turn it into the business we know today. And here's what he had to say about finding your passion. Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I'm convinced that what kept me going was that I loved what I did. Your work fills a large part of your life. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Never settle. The second principle I want to share with you is choose your partners well. Now, I'm using the word partners in a very broad sense. By that I mean your spouse or loved one. By that I mean your friends. I mean the people you will work with and the people you will work for. Those are the people that will consume most of the time in your life. And that's all life is made of, time. Very important you choose your partners well. I am fortunate in that I can trace every single positive thing in my life to the influence of one of my partners. I want to share a couple of stories about that. In 1993, I learned that my company that I was CEO of, A&W, was going to be sold by its then owner, Unilever, a worldwide conglomerate. I was not sure what I was going to do. And so I took a friend of mine and partner out to breakfast. And I shared with him what I had just learned, that my company was about to be sold. And he said to me, well, why don't you buy the company? To which I replied, David, how would I do that? I'm not sure I've got enough money to buy us breakfast this morning. He said, well, it's easy. I'll show you how. And 18 months later, I concluded a successful management buyout of A&W of Canada, thanks to his skill and knowledge as a financial expert. Choose your partners well. The second story I want to tell you about choosing partners involves my life partner, Suzanne. The buyout wasn't a simple, straightforward thing. And at the very beginning, my boss, the chairman of Unilever North America, called me into a meeting and said, look, as we go down this road, before we start, I need you to make a decision. You can try and pursue the buyout, which is a risky thing to do, or I would very much welcome your continuing your career with Unilever, and we would love you to run another one of our companies. But I need a decision from you before we start the process. So I flew back to Vancouver and met Suzanne, and we went out for dinner, and I said, honey, we have a decision we have to make. We can stay with my career with Unilever. It's very secure and it's a great company. They'd like me to do that. Or we can take the risk of buying the company. She looked at me and she said, if we bought the company and it didn't work out well, could we lose our home? And I replied, yes, we could. After a reflective pause, she looked me in the eye and she said, you have to buy the company. Choose your partners well. I have often joked that the greatest downer in my life is that when our kids, 4 adult children, were little, they really preferred to go to McDonald's. It was for the toys. But that the greatest positive in my life, the greatest achievement in my life, is that a woman as brilliant, caring, and compassionate as Suzanne would share her life with me. So find your passion, choose your partners very well. As I begin to wrap up, I want to share one more baseball quote with you, with the graduates especially. This is from a famous old-time ball player who played back in the 1930s named Dizzy Dean, who was a pitcher with the St. Louis Cardinals. And he came by his name Dizzy quite honestly. He, in the 1934 World Series, trying to break up a double play at second base, he threw his body in front of the second baseman's throw to first base, and it hit him smack in the middle of the forehead and knocked him totally unconscious. They rushed a stretcher out, an ambulance to the hospital. Next day's headline in the St. Louis paper in large letters read, "X-ray of Dean's head shows absolutely nothing." But Dizzy had a famous saying that I want to share with the graduates. And that was, and he used it often, "It ain't bragging if you done it." Well, you ain't bragging, you done it. So before I leave you, I would like to leave you with the words of the great Nelson Mandela as you go forward, as Peter Stoichev so eloquently said, to your future. I'll just put my eyes on. Nelson Mandela. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, generous, talented, gorgeous, and fabulous? Actually, who are we not to be all of those things? You are a child of God. Your playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so other people won't feel insecure around you. You were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. And it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Find your passion, choose your partners well, and go let your light shine. Thank you.
The earned Doctor of Science is the highest honor that the University of Saskatchewan can award to a scientist. It is reserved for those individuals whose extraordinary achievements over their careers have had a profound effect upon their disciplines. Their impact is recognized and respected by their international communities, has been of direct benefit to colleagues, collaborators, and society. Through their mentorship, new generations of students become influential scientists in their own right. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Council and the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I am greatly privileged to present to you for the award of the earned Doctor of Science, Graham George, a preeminent scientist whose exploration of the applications of synchrotron light has led to a deeper understanding of the chemical properties of biological molecules and their interaction with organic and inorganic substances such as metals in the context of biological systems. Graham earned his BSc at King's College London and went on to earn his PhD at the University of Sussex. He moved to the United States in the 1980s to work first as a research scientist at Exxon, and then as a physicist at the Stanford Synchrotron Radiation Light Source in California. Drawn to the University of Saskatchewan by the establishment of the Canadian Light Source, Graham was appointed as a Canada Research Chair in the Department of Geological Sciences in 2003. It is a testament to his versatility as a scientist that he has been able to pursue research throughout appointments in industry, research institutions, and universities in academic fields from chemistry to physics to earth and the biomedical sciences. Among Graham's major contributions has been the use of X-ray absorption spectroscopy as a means of understanding the role played by metals in the evolution and health of biological systems. His nominators have recognized his prodigious output of peer-reviewed publications, the elegance of the experiments he has designed, the importance of the software he has developed in his field, and his influence as a mentor of graduate students. He has rightly achieved a place of prominence in the scientific community, but his influence goes much further, as his research has advanced the understanding of critical and concrete human problems. The role of arsenic contamination in water sources in the health of tens of millions of Bangladeshis, the risks posed by the presence of mercury in fish populations, the role of metals in neurological diseases, and the potential link to diseases such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Insights he has gained from the use of sophisticated scientific tools are helping to make possible solutions to some of humanity's most significant and pressing problems and underline the impact of his work. Eminent Chancellor, I present to you Graham George, and ask that you will confer on him the degree of earned Doctor of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province, and with the consent of the council of this university, I admit you to the degree of earned Doctor of Science and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto. I think we're supposed to turn for a photo. Very good.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the University Senate and Board of Governors, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may with your permission be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
I have some good news, which is that the Chancellor was properly installed this morning, so she has the authority to grant you your degrees. I'm going to give you a little advice now about how this process is going to unfold. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to proceed towards the platform. When you get to the platform, please turn and face the audience. A hood will be put around your shoulders. You can then proceed to the podium on that side of the stage, where an orator will read your name. Once your name has been announced, and this is the important bit, you are to proceed across the stage and stop where the Chancellor is, and she will admit you to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. When that has happened, you can proceed to this side of the stage where the president will be waiting to greet you. Your dean or associate dean will be waiting to hand you your parchment, and you will have a photo opportunity with your dean. You can then proceed down the ramp on this side, and you'll be directed to how to return to your seat. So could I ask the students on this side to rise and proceed towards the platform?
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Global Studies. I present to you Zoe Kifa Bessie Ponticus, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts, 3-year. I present to you Sumayo Hashi Abdi, Lorenzo Artimo Apostol, Kaylee River Aramenko, Ronave Santos Bautista, Kelly Elizabeth Carty, Julia Kathleen Erickson, with great distinction. Parker Benjamin Fiddler. Lauralee Diane Finney. Dustin James Gaunt. Alina Jarkus, with great distinction. Mackenzie Ashton Kiner. Nicole Leah Kozar. Alexandra Julia Linz, with distinction. Gabriel Barton Michael. Sarah Adrian Middlemas. Mackenzie Lynn Morhart, with distinction. Kayla Alexis Peters, with distinction. Christopher G. Roberts. Matthew James Selinger, with great distinction. Brittany Colleen Sopatic, with great distinction. Aaron Lee Spencer. Allison Faye Swiftwolf. Luz Marcela Torres, with great distinction. Chelsea Margaret Ulrich, with distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts 4-year. I present to you Tammy M. Adams. Jefferson Agibebaku. Uluwole Akinosi. Logan Nicole Behun. Angie Bofoya. Rebecca Nadine Bouvet. Jenna Dawn Casey, with distinction. Oliver Benjamin Childs, with great distinction. Michaela Noel Coed Epp, with great distinction. Jennifer Lee Collins. Edgar Quana Daniels. Mome Jane Gruel, with great distinction. Shahryar Ahmed Khan. Mackenzie Ann Kleiter, with distinction. Jeffrey Thomas Klein. Aidan Jacob Kostedman. Bailey Ann Lapp. Melanie Mary McLennan. Janae Breen Murphy. Zoe Anita Newton. Corey George Nichols, with distinction. Chithozi David Nuwansu. Alicia Leora Katie Pratchler, with distinction. Palati Chinar. Prabhi Kaur Sanghera. Shannon Allison Sapia, with distinction. Yamala Silva Blanco. Alexandra Bell Stewart. Rebecca Jean Vereshchagin. Addison Volding, with distinction. Tiana Ray Waller. Jinsong Yang. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. I present to you Pierre Emmanuel Serge Honore with high honors. Tennille Morgan Home with high honors. Danielle Husmand. Olenka Kachuk with high honors. Jamie Lee Lafleur. Jingwen Lili. Catherine Flynn McPhee. Connor Philip Morrison. Olivia Grace Diane Raycraft. Raquel Smith. Yuking Wu with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science, 3-year. I present to you Yuanyi Song with great distinction. Caleb Riley Tyler with great distinction. Chern Wong. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science, 4-year. I present to you Fatima Zahara Awan with distinction. Chong Chakai. Matthew Parker Thompson Corman with great distinction. Danielle Helen Delorme, with distinction. Paul Larat Michael. Tatum Dale Mueller. Atashim Munib. Ridwan Raji. Jesse Ronald Gordon Rathie, with great distinction. Shengirai Lincoln Shamu. Sarul Uganbayar.
Hongji Zhu, with great distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science Honors. I present to you Andrada Chulavu. Chongyang Do. Tristan Taylor Jivry. Muniba Khan. Tushita Patel, with high honors. Cole Daniel Laurer Phillips, with high honors. Cody Adam Popoff. Maria Stamatinos. Robert Blair Thompson. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science 4-year. I present to you Zakia Arif. Adebimpe Kehinde. Hawa Elmi Ahmed Mohammed. Sarah Lynn Vedras, with distinction. Femi Sodiq Ayotunde Yusuf. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Science Honors. I present to you Selina Cynthia Noreen Komerovich, with high honors. Shucheng Wu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts Honors. I present to you Jesse Alexander Aiken with high honors. Caroline Genevieve Cox with high honors. Michael Martin with high honors. Samantha Margaret Ramsey. Jensine Emmeline Tronson with high honors.
Good afternoon. My name is Peter Bonham-Smith, and I am the Dean of the College of Arts and Science. I would like to welcome the members of Brandon Parfit's family to thank them for joining us here today. Prior to his passing on July 15th, 2019, Brandon Parfit completed his Bachelor of Fine Arts honors degree with a major in drama with high honors. Brandon was a straight A student through all of his schooling, and he demonstrated an interest and aptitude for a broad range of subjects. He excelled in mathematics, English, and science, and attended Skills Canada, a non-profit organization dedicated to the promotion of careers in technology and skilled trades for computer animation. When he began his studies at the University of Saskatchewan in 2012, Brandon intended to major in computer science. One course in the drama department, along with an introduction to theater in high school, changed Brandon's academic path, and he shifted to pursue a Bachelor of Fine Arts in theater and set design. Over the course of his studies, Brandon revealed artistic talent that extended beyond theater design to include writing and directing plays, as well as drawing, painting, and sculpture. He loved setting up sound and light equipment and was extremely skilled in his craft. Brandon's interests also included badminton, volleyball, chess, and cooking. Brandon's positive attitude and encouraging demeanor were best reflected in his common and frequent use of sayings like, "Where there's a will, there's a way," and "How do you know until you try?" Brandon was known to be a passionate, creative, and highly enthusiastic individual who quickly became a close member of the drama department's family of design students. Brandon was inspired by one of his professors, Carla Oroz, who had the following to say about Brandon. Brandon was a pure delight to have around. When he entered the room and was happy to see you, you instantly would know. He would have the biggest smile for you as he peered around the frame of his glasses, and if you were lucky enough, you received a gracious hug. Brandon will be dearly missed by those whose lives he touched, and here to accept his Bachelor of Fine Arts honors degree with a major in drama with high honors is his mother, Shelley Holland.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Music Honors. I present to you Brianna Nicole Faith Penner. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Arts. I present to you Iliatu Bello. David Martin John Bennett. Reed Timothy Bratton. Corianne Christine Bracewell. Sky Morgan Brandon. Mariana da Rosa Martins. Derek Stephen David Eisner. Logan Scott Hewart. Emily Barbara Khalil. McKelvey Bryn Kelly. Dallin Richard Kaprowski. Kai-Hei Lau. Tricia Victoria Mansour. Joshua Cordell Newdorf. Leslie Alexander Nimick. Mari Joy Queering. Danielle Philip Rutin. George Asamoah Sachi. Marianne Elizabeth Scott. Amanda Jane Sinclair. Courtney Elizabeth Tuck Getz. Yang Wang. Bonnie Katie Weiss. Sorry. Rhonda Lynn West. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Fine Arts. I present to you Barbara Bordaleo, Danielle K. Dale, Tig Daniel Lynch, Alison McFarland, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Fahim Abrar, Zachary Seth Balzer, Dylan Brody Fafard, Kalia Genevieve Gardiner, Fraser Cameron Hurd, Daniel Stephen Letras, Aristides Fernando Marina Flores, Jorge Dianoso Nunez Siri, Parastu Vezi, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Environment and Sustainability. I present to you Tegan Maxwell Bronskill Brock, Amanda Yvonne Lindgren, Ashley Marianne Shaw, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Sustainable Environmental Management. I present to you Mushumi Akhtar, Ome Leila Balki, Sujan Basnet, Jory Kristen Cadman, Paige A. Kalopi, Melissa Marcella Cahoon, Omar Tarak Farag, Rahman Adeleke Fatai, Marissa Danielle Glofcheski, Navdeep Kaur, Jalen Kemp. Jalen. Crystalie McLean. Mohammad Shahi Nawaz. Fabiano Oliveira de Mora. Alina Ostroska. Sara Bharat Prajapati. Yvonne Nakivona Ruhumbika. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Environment and Sustainability and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Water Security. I present to you Stephanie Bashu. Amy L. Cook. Kayla Danielle Garvey. Tyron Lloyd Miranda. Mercy Ogbogboyubo. Pablo Andres Rodriguez Ormaza. Ankita Shirawat. Kehao Zeng. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Administration. I present to you Ruth Kebi Adoye. Yao Oteng Akuoko. Alfred Samuel Sarpong. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Johnson Shoyama Graduate School of Public Policy and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Policy. I present to you Graham Joseph Coldwell Joby.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the Certificate in Business Administration. I present to you Patrick O'Connell. Kara Leanne White. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Edwards School of Business, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. I present to you Jacob Dylan Anderson. Riley James Anderson. Scott James Babin. Kenneth Clement. Brody Michael Cushway, with great distinction. Megan Gale Ernst, with distinction. Michelle Martina Anastasia Ferguson. Jordan Levi Guiou. Jacoby Bryn Herringer. Hui Zhao. Atik Ahmed Khan. Daniel Kolesnikov. Ever Louis Germain. Mingju Li. Yino Pan. Kendra Nicole Perry. Kara Dawn Pete. Jesselyn Catherine Popoff, with distinction. Madeline Catherine Maria Pauliada, with great distinction. Derek Murray Sadonik. Rebecca Celeste Schweikart. Andrew Nicholas Michael Slusar. Thomas John Soltis. Michaela Marie Tremblay. Philip McWellen Sofar Wallace, with honors and distinction. Amanda Margaret Will. Min Jia. Jie Yang. Xiaoyu Zhou. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you this scholar from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on her the degree of Master of Business Administration. I present to you Nicole Michelle Fleck. Christopher Carl John Meyerhofer. Miranda Knudsen Miller. Courtney Ray Morrison. Nia Hui Nguyen. Tan Tum Nguyen. Nicole Melissa Dawn Onafraychuk. Ankur Pramod. Andrew Allen Rigby. Harold Irwin Schiffman. Shelby Ray Sieben Chubak. Allison Bridget Sparling. Tara Maywan C. Jaron Anthony Tookshire. Bo Shi Yao. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Professional Accounting. I present to you Carly Ray Barker. Cole Jesse Dale Dion. Erica Lynn Gartner. Gruman Singh Gill. Michael Joseph Ganari. Brooke Chantel Healy. Raylene Margaret Ann Heiser. Troy Jackson Holfeld. Lyndon Amy LaPrairie. Brooke Taylor Lobdell. Devita Louis Jr. Elaine Grace Martinez Mangasser. Gaganpreet Sandhu. Emily Elizabeth Serauer. Jonathan Michael Seifert. Rhiannon Esther Ruth Trenam. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the Edwards School of Business and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Brittany M. Michael, Marina Leslie Moreland, Stephanie Ann Panque, Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Mahala Alavi, Camille Ann Brange, Naveen Diddy, Chelsea Lynn Ekstrand, Trista Elizabeth Redrick, Anjindao Ganguly, Megan Michelle Gilbert, Privilege Hung Andu, Devin Ray Huigabart, Glenn William Eiston, Saima Khan Kosa, David Edgar Kiprop Lele, Cody William Manchester, Rachel Helen Parkinson, Chantal Schaefers. Abigail Zita Zashi. Kristen John Sigurdsson. Austin Knut Smith. Cheryl Lynn Troop. Christopher Kirk West. Lindsay Williamson. Please join in congratulating these graduates on their certificates, diplomas, and degrees.
Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the faculties, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
The University Medal in the Fine Arts is awarded to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Fine Arts 4-year or honours degree in art, studio art, drama, or music. This year's recipient of the university's Medal in Fine Arts is Jensine Tronson, who is receiving her Bachelor of Fine Arts honours degree with a major in drama with high honours. While completing her degree, Jensine has worked for local theatre companies as stage manager and costume designer, along with other roles. Jensine has also volunteered with Saskatoon Summer Players for the past 3 years and was recently hired by Shakespeare on the Saskatchewan as an emerging artist for 2 years. Her exceptional work has been recognized through 2 nominations for the Saskatoon and Area Theatre Awards for outstanding costume design. Jensine hopes to pursue her master's at the University of Saskatchewan with a focus on the environmental impact of the live theatre industry. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Jensine Tronson as this year's recipient of the university's Medal in the Fine Arts. The Rose Lippman Medal in the Humanities, in memory of the late Miss Rose Lippman, a long-term University of Saskatchewan employee, is awarded to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Arts 4-year or honours degree in the humanities. This year's recipient is Tennille Holm, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts honors degree with a major in history with high honors. Tennille excelled in her studies across courses ranging from the theoretical to experiential and from ancient to modern-day history. She frequently demonstrates the ability to effectively synthesize material into concise arguments and astute analysis. She has participated in a month-long toured abroad program in South Africa, which she supported with several awards. She has also led a research project working on document and oral history data sets of personnel in the Northwest Mounted Police in the 19th and 20th centuries. After taking a year off, Tennille will pursue her long-term goal of a master's degree in information sciences. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present the Rose Littman Medal in Humanities to Tennille Holm. The University Medal in the Social Sciences awarded to the most distinguished graduate receiving a Bachelor of Arts 4-year or honors degree in the social sciences. The Dean's Medal is awarded annually to the most distinguished graduate of the College of Arts and Science. This year's recipient of both awards is Olenka Korchak, who graduates with a Bachelor of Arts honors degree with a major in archaeology with high honors. Olenka is described as an exceptional student whose academic adeptness spans not only the social sciences, but also music, natural sciences, and French. As noted by one of her professors, she possesses an intellectual maturity that is rare for an undergraduate student, a truly unique mix of passionate, insightful thinker and compelling writer, while being very culturally sensitive and socially engaged. Olenka has begun her Master of Arts degree in archaeology, focusing on locating missing and unmarked burial sites at Saskatchewan residential schools. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Olenka Korchak as this year's recipient of the University Medal in the Social Sciences and the Dean's Medal.
Your Honor, Eminent Chancellor, President Stoichev, platform guests, and attendees today. My name is Keith Willoughby, and I am the Dean of the Edwards School of Business, and I am pleased to present the Goodspeed Award offered to the most distinguished BCom graduate. The Fall 2019 Convocation Award winner is Mr. Brody Cushway. Brody is graduating today with great distinction. Besides earning recognition on the Dean's Honor Roll, Brody received an Edwards Student Award in 2016 and a University of Saskatchewan Undergrad Award in 2017. As one of our very esteemed operations management majors, he has learned the intricacies of serpentine waiting lines. He has become an expert in helping organizations become more efficient. He's applied these skills of efficiency in his own life. How does he do this, you may ask? Well, he learned Spanish while studying abroad, one semester in Guadalajara, Mexico, and another in Santiago, Chile. Felicidades, mi amigo. The recently launched university plan talks about, among other commitments, creating boundless collaboration. While studying abroad in Santiago, Brody met the person who would become his wife. True boundless collaboration. Brody is currently employed in the pharmaceutical industry, but is hoping to switch career paths and work internationally for the Government of Canada as a Foreign Service officer. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Brody Cushway, an absolutely stellar example of academic excellence and boundless collaboration. Congratulations, Brody. Felicidades.
It's wonderful to hear these stories of achievement and excellence, and everybody here would have a story like that. Every graduate who's crossed the stage would have a story like this. It's my pleasure today to announce this year's President's Medal recipient, Yixing Mars Zhao. A little bit about the President's Medal. It was first awarded more than half a century ago, back in 1967, and it's given annually to the graduating student with the highest academic standing at fall convocation, a truly prestigious honor for an extraordinary student. Today, we are proud to honor Yixing, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Physiology and Pharmacology with high honors. He's from Regina and has developed a passion for healthcare and is currently studying in the College of Medicine at the University of Saskatchewan to become a medical doctor. And in fact, he can't be here because he's in class. Okay, I've got to talk with this fellow, or with the Dean of Medicine. Yixing is passionate about serving in the healthcare field and has spent considerable time as a research assistant in the university's Alzheimer's and cystic fibrosis labs. After earning his MD, he said he will be committed to delivering the best patient-centered care within my capabilities. Not only is Yixing an outstanding scholar, but he is also passionate about giving back to his community as an active volunteer. In addition to providing accompaniment in the choir at his church, Yixing works with the university's chapter of Best Buddies, a nonprofit volunteer organization that fosters relationships between University of Saskatchewan students and community members with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We are proud, and I am very proud, to honor this year's President's Medal recipient, Yixing Mars Zhao.
As the Vice President of Research for the University of Saskatchewan, it is truly a great honor to present this next award. The Distinguished Researcher Award is the highest award that the university can bestow upon a researcher. Nazim Mahajaran, Professor of Community Health and Epidemiology and one of Canada's most accomplished population health researchers, is the fall 2019 recipient of this prestigious award. For more than 2 decades, Dr. Mahajaran has been a driver of change to promote better health for us all here in Canada, and just to name one other country, Africa, that has felt his influence and has been impacted by his leadership. His cutting-edge population health research looks at both the what and the why of health inequities, such as social and economic determinants of health. Particularly noteworthy are his contributions to the health and well-being of children and of youth, such as Saskatchewan's Kid First program evaluation and Canada's prenatal nutrition program evaluation, which have resulted in important policy changes. As well, Nazim has played a major key role in the development of the Canadian Index of Well-being, co-authoring its Healthy Populations Report in 2010. In Mozambique, which has one of the highest maternal death rates in the world, he currently leads a Global Affairs Canada-funded program focusing on reducing maternal and newborn mortality and improving infant health by empowering women and girls. His approach to training health workers and engaging communities has had a significant impact on health training throughout the entire Mozambique. He was instrumental in establishing 2 highly successful research units of national significance here at our university: the Community University Institute for Social Research and the Saskatchewan Population Health and Evaluation Research Unit, an interdisciplinary center for which he currently serves as its director. Dr. Mahajarian has been a prolific author of publications and has mentored over 50 graduate students. He is the recipient of many awards, including the Saskatchewan Health Research Foundation's Achievement Award and the Canadian Institutes of Health Research Knowledge Translation Award. He is known for his team-based leadership and the personal qualities that he brings each and every day to his research, engaging with communities, government agencies, school boards, and other key stakeholders to ensure his research truly does make a difference to policies, to programs, and most importantly, to people. In short, Nazim Mahajarian exemplifies our commitment to being the university the world needs, and he is undoubtedly the kind of faculty member and researcher that truly the world does need. It is both my great pleasure and my great privilege to present Dr. Nazim Mahajarian with the Distinguished Researcher Award.
Well, congratulations to all of you. Today you've received your degree or your certificate or your diploma from the University of Saskatchewan. And with your degree in hand, you now join an ever-growing alumni family, more than 159,000 USask graduates around the world. The University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association congratulates all of you on your success and all of your future achievements. And now the following video will show you where a USask degree can take you.
This brings our convocation ceremony to a close. But before we do, I would like to thank a number of people. Our vocalist, Angela Yuritsanin, our drum group, Buffalo Boys Production, our elder, Roland Duquette, and the amazing teams from the Convocation Office and the Office of the University Secretary, all of whom play an important role in making these ceremonies a success. In particular, I would like to honor our University Secretary, Beth Bilson. Are you right behind me? There you are. Just had to check and see where she was. Who has facilitated these ceremonies for the last 3 years. Beth is moving on to a new assignment at our university. Thank you, Beth, for your humor, your wisdom, and kindness, and for a job well done. Please join me in thanking Beth Bilson. May the future of the University of Saskatchewan, its gifted professors, promising students, dedicated staff, and strong core values continue to benefit and contribute to the soul of Canada and the world. I wish you the very best. Be the best. Now, in closing, I ask that you please rise and remain at your seats for the departure of the Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan, followed by the platform party. Yay, you.